Yo, this is Terrell, D-Line, Hall of Fame, and all those good things, and Rick James. uh, I've been getting the whole Rick James thing. People wanted me to cut loose a little bit, so I will put up the disclaimer that this message I might curse a little more than usual, but it's real. You know, it was a basic question that came to me, and the question was this. What's, in a nutshell, what's wrong with the bully game? You wanted a real rant. Some people said I went soft. I'm not soft, or I haven't gone soft, but the thing is that we do have a lot more kids that watch, so I tend to try to clean it up so that if they do care to hear what I have to say, it is appropriate. But this one, we will cut loose a little bit. Bully game in a nutshell. If you want me to give it to you how I feel about it, it's just this. When I started with the American, well, it was at that time we didn't call it the American Bully. When I started, it was all about dogs. Everybody had a passion for dogs. None of us were actually making money off the dogs. I can only speak for myself personally, but I was going into debt. You know, I make good money in my real profession, and but I spent a lot of money, put it that way. Probably money that I shouldn't have spent, but I've enjoyed it and it's been a passion. But it wasn't about making money, you know. It was about the art form of it. It was about that quest to make the perfect dog. You know, we studied, you know, I wanted that perfect top line. I wanted those tight feet. I wanted that chiseled head with those big old cheeks, you know, tight skin. Just a perfect, beautiful animal. I looked at it like artwork. You know, I'm into weightlifting big time. You know, I wanted Schwarzenegger. I wanted the big chest and the ripped abs and the biceps, you know, as we talk in human terms. And we all wanted that. We really, really were serious about our craft, you know, down to the tails, to the teeth, you know. We even went to the point of eye shape. Most of y'all today don't even know that the dogs are supposed to have almond-shaped eyes, but we went into that. And, you know, today it's all about ego stroking. I see people who want to brag, you know, about everything that they've bought. You know, and it don't even matter if it's about dogs. They want to brag about their personal life, what they have, this, that, and the other. They want to tell you about, you know, they want to put pretty girls in pictures. They want to tell you about how they came up. They want to tell you these long stories about how great of a dog man they are, or great of a dog woman they are. They want to tell you about who they know in the dog game, where they were. I've been here for the start. I've been here 15, 16, 17 years, 20 years, whatever they want to say. But at the end of the day, it's all about productions. It's all about you still living up to what we set as the standard and what we wanted for this breed. And people don't do that. They want you to stroke their egos. They want you to tell them how great they are. They want you to ignore the fact that whether they're, and we're not going to, you know, hold back whether they're a judge or whoever they claim to be in this bully world. You know, I mean, I see judges nowadays who have bullshit dogs in their yards. High ass rears, bad feet, you know, all these things. This is not what it's about. You know, if you have a dog that has bad feet, it's bullshit. You still breeding a dog. You feel if your dog has a high ass rear, you breeding bullshit. It's not the process of elimination that the dog has everything else, but he has a high rear. He has a high rear, you're breeding bullshit. That's the difference between then and now. We recognize bullshit. If it wasn't what it was supposed to be, it just wasn't what it was supposed to be. And we had enough common sense to acknowledge that and say that this has to be eliminated because we were on a quest for perfection. Excuse me one second. But nowadays, it's excuses for everything. You know, you want to breed nonsense, but yet and still, you want me to pat you on your back and tell you how great you are. You want to talk about your old school, but you're adding dogs that are obviously bulldogs to your program and saying that, oh yeah, the times are changing. It's an evolution. That's an excuse, and you a bullshit ass breeder. The bottom line is 99.9% of these breeders today can't go through the process. As we speak right now, I have little puppies in there that are pretty much, I've been waiting 3-4 years for, just to breed together, to get to something that I want to breed again, to get to something to where I want to be. And I know I'm going to be waiting another 2 or 3 or 4 years for this, but I understand the process because I want something that's magnificent. I want something that's immaculate. I want something that I can be proud of and I can share with people and say, check him out. Nice paws, nice top line, nice headpiece, nice teeth, not the whole shebang. You say it's no thing, it's perfection, but I denounce that because I'm chasing perfection as a breeder. But y'all continue to make excuses for the bullshit that you breed. I don't have perfection, but I'm chasing this. And I know that what I'm doing will not, come by Dax. It will not come by any of this other bullshit that y'all have. Yes, y'all might get mad because I named one dog, but I can name a lot. If the dog has a horrible rear, horrible angulation, horrible teeth, terrible loose skin, bad bite, whatever you want, all of these flaws, and you're breeding that shit, you are not breeding for what you're supposed to be breeding for. It's that simple. It's no argument at all. You are not breeding for confirmation. You're breeding for likes. And as far as I'm concerned, if I'm breeding a dog, like, you can go on my page, you can look at some of my recent productions. Gannicus, very, very good confirmation. Even, his owner put up the sketch that they said was the confirmation standard, and it looked like it was my dog. That's what I breed for. I am breeding for what we intended it to be bred for. Some of y'all will hate, some of y'all will talk shit, but you don't have nothing to say. Because at the end of the day, when you look in your yard, you have these mangy ass mutts that you claim to be American bullies, but you don't want to put in the time and the work to eliminate the flaws. You want to change the standard to accommodate your flaws. That's not the way it go. I'm not Dave Wilson. I'm not that nice. Dave is irritated and he sits there and he gets gray hairs and he sits there with a smirk on his face and he's upset, but he has to play the politically correct role. I don't have to play the politically correct role. Most of y'all are shit breeders. Y'all don't know anything about breeders, and just because you get a bunch of likes or a bunch of followers, you think that you got some kind of accreditation, but your yard is your accreditation. And most of y'all, I see, y'all have bullshit. It's a couple guys out there who are doing their thing. I love certain dogs in certain yards, and I'm not going to name them all off, but everybody knows one of my favorite yards is Pratt's Pits. Check it out. The guy's humble, but he's breeding for the same thing that we all should be breeding for. Confirmation in a good dog. But most of y'all don't take the time to do this. All you care about is likes. All you care about is some dumbass who's half drunk talking about, that's fire. You should set that bullshit on fire. Personally, this is what's wrong with the dog game. It's not about dogs anymore. It's about people who want likes. Let me put my picture of my fancy car or a couple nice looking young ladies. Don't get me wrong. I love to see beautiful things. But at the end of the day, production is all that matters. If this was a sport, I'm talking about that ring, and you can never get a ring with this subpar shit. I don't care how much you sold it for, how many people told you they liked it. Fools spend their money any kind of way, all types of days. Any day of the week, any day of the year, you can find some idiot spending money on something that makes no sense. We all have our opinions. Whether it's a $500 pair of jeans that's no better than the $20 Wranglers at Walmart. Shit, the Wranglers might last better. But at the end of the day, this chase and this thing that we are doing that is called the American Bully, it has a standard. It's written. Check any registry's page and it'll show you how to get there. We are not doing that. That is the problem. At the end of the day, I've got way past that point where I don't care if you like me or what I have to say. But at the end of the day, you like my dogs. Even some of y'all that talk shit about me, and some of y'all that try to degrade me, and some of y'all that try to say all these things, y'all use my dogs to try to fix that bullshit in y'all yards. It's right there in the pedigree. Don't lie. We'll pull the papers. We'll show it. So at the end of the day, let's not lie about this. You know you're doing wrong, but all you want is another man to pat you on your back and applaud your wrongdoing and your bullshit. But us as real dog men, we know this. We know about your French bulldogs and all the other things that you did, and you get no respect from me, and you'll get no respect from any other dog man. This thing is about making the perfect dog to that standard. Don't believe people when they tell you it's not a perfect dog. It's a damn sketch of it. And our job is to try to get there and to try to find this perfect dog and to try to do it the right way. If you are a person starting off in this, breed with integrity. Breed with an intention and a purpose to go out and do the best that you can to better this breed. If you're looking for a pat on the back, you can do anything to get a pat on the back. Girls are on Facebook all day showing off their ass and everything else to get a pat on the back. Do something else, but don't bring the animals into your bullshit. But the reality of this is it's about chasing perfection and about doing the best that you can to get there. It might take you a long time. You might lose some money. But at the end of the day, your production will speak volumes for years to come, and people will know that you did what was necessary to better the breed, not to be liked.